with Cefija, and here we are with the wonderful Kiki Melendez and her director, Eric Crespo. And Kiki, you are a very resilient person. I mean, you don't, if a door closes, you find another way to open it. Where does that drive come from?
Probably my mother. I mean, she taught me to work hard and to be resilient, and she never let anything get to her. Like, she never took anything personally. A ella no le importaba what people would say. I mean, she just was always such a hardworking woman. She always believed in the American dream. I remember, once that when we were growing up in New York, they said to her, oh, you could get, food stamps and welfare, you have a child, you're not married. And she's like, oh, I would never take anything for free, from this country. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you're talking about. There's similar backgrounds here. And meeting your mom too, your mom's such a humble, really kind woman. So I can see where you...
we get that, right?
Right. So, and now with your documentary, when did you decide, you know what, I am going to put it on the line, I am going to do this, I'm going to put it out there and just tell it the way it is? Because it's really funny, it's very entertaining, but it's quite frank about how this business, so-called Latino Hollywood and Hollywood works.
Yeah. I think that I just, in life, you have to sort of, my dream has always been to tell it like it is, to make a difference, to, I don't know, inspire people, to help people. My mother was like that. She always wanted to help everybody to her temperament. And I think that, I just wanted to be honest. I mean, there's no point in telling your story if you're going to be fake, if you're going to hide behind, behind a wall or something. So I just said, you know what, I just have to put it out there. I mean, a lot of people thought I grew up that I came from a very rich, upbringing, because my mother, she put me through private school. I went to college. I mean, my mother was that kind of a person, But, so even for me, it was really awesome to sort of remember where I come from and to go back to my roots. Yeah. And then to say, wow, this is really awesome. What is happening to me? It's almost like I always looked at it as a negative, that I hadn't made it big and I wasn't famous. And then through this movie, I realized that I already made it a long time ago.
Yeah, and Eric, I mean, how was it with Kiki and working with her on this project?
No, it was fantastic. Kiki, first of all, is a great actress, and she actually went to school to Lee Strasberg, for acting. So she's classically trained, but she's also a brilliant comedian. So when we're doing some of the reenactments that are all true, they're all literally, it doesn't matter how crazy they might look, which they are really outrageous, but did it happen to Kiki?
Well, knowing Kiki,
yeah,
it happened. So, but again, during the filming of those, she would improvise so many things that were like really brilliant, and you couldn't script that, you couldn't write it, like it was just natural, organic improv. But also, I wanted to touch on what you were saying. The movie is very visceral, because when you see it, like some of those moments can break anybody's heart. Yeah. However, some of the actors and entertainment people that we see now that made it is because they were able to pass that. Yes. And they were able to if I cannot go through the main door, I'm gonna walk around and I'm gonna walk through the back door, but I'm gonna be in. Yeah. And that's what makes the difference. So in Kiki's case, that's how she did it. She never let anybody turn her down, and she kept going at it.
And you have a vault of film of people that, they weren't really anybody really big back then, but now are like, people are calling them and stuff and things like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And to see you show that, it's like you were there. You were there from that early start.
I know, that's what was really good about this. It's almost like classic Latin Hollywood footage, that's one of the reasons I wanted to also make the movie, because, we can also be inspired by seeing the growth of those, people like Shakira, when she just got here from Colombia and very few people knew her, and look at her now, look how she has transformed into a superstar. So that's also inspiring for anyone, to see that development and I just thought I'd throw it out there too.
Well, Sofia Vergara, you know,
I'm telling Sofia, oh, why don't you go to Hollywood to try to make it big? And she's like, oh, I'm not sure if I have time for that.
Well, Kiki, I wish you the best on your documentary. I can't wait to see it again. And, you know, con mucho corazón. You know how I feel about you, so
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your support.
You're very welcome.
Se fija, you better be there May 2nd. We love you.
We'll be there.
Señores, es lo que están pensando. Ay, Dios mío, Kiki es igualita a Jennifer López. Porque tengo un gran trasero y no sé cantar.
Kiki Melendez, actress, writer, comedian, and one of the few Latina producers in Hollywood.
I wonder what made me think that I could come to Hollywood to make my dreams come true. I was born in a developing country, raised by a single immigrant mother in New York City from very humble beginnings.
Do you know Kiki Melendez? No, who doesn't know Kiki Melendez?
The way I met Kiki Melendez was through Lupe Ontiveros.
She's just this ball of energy.
Just when I thought I was free, Kiki drags me back in.
There goes Kiki trying to get all the attention again.
Kiki is like Oprah Winfrey and Roseanne Barr and Brett Butler all mixed in one.
I love to make people laugh, and I love to entertain. My mom told me, I just didn't want you to grow up the daughter of a maid. This is my journey. All true, all real, from the heart.
Todos estos hombres en América, lo único que quieren es mujeres. Doble cero como esas bailarinas brasileras. Ustedes necesitan una mujer como yo con chichos.